Hey guys, what's going on? It's Luke here, and today we are talking about the newest changes to the Overwatch PTR as of October 20th was some of the changes, but like they've also added a few new changes here recently, I believe either today or yesterday, so it's either the 21st or the 22nd they added some more changes. The main thing that this I guess like PTR update kind of focuses on is mainly hero balance changes and stuff like that, but there is some technical stuff such as they're optimizing. I don't know exactly what they're optimizing, but they're making it to where you can load into maps a lot easier. So that's actually a request they have on the page telling about the newest changes to it. They're requesting that people let them know how it's working for them in the forums. They've changed. I've got the list pulled up here, so just like looking back and forth from time to time. So if you hear me stammer some, that's probably what I'm doing. They've changed the level, I guess, experience curve in the leveling up and stuff. They made it to where, let's see, from level 14 to 100 is slightly reduced. You actually don't have to get quite as much experience between 14 and 100 now. But after 100, I think it is consistently 20k experience for every level after level 100. Let's see. And if I'm not mistaken, there's some bug fixes. No, they didn't fix the hook yet. They haven't fixed the hook yet. Someday. But from the looks of it, it doesn't seem like it's really any big bug fixes to note. Let's see. I mean, I didn't even know some of these bugs were like a thing. I'll list off some of them though, because I remember reading one earlier that gave me a chuckle. Let's see. Fix an issue that sometimes prevents PC client from closing properly, subsequently making Battle.net application think that game was still running. Fix the bug preventing players from receiving credit toward the most healing done commendation. Fix the bug preventing fourth column on the friends list from being displayed properly. And this is the one that I thought was pretty funny. Fix the bug that caused the McCree bot to combat roll into the well on Elios. Fix the bug that caused overtime to continue indefinitely on assault maps. Fix the bug that that could cause matches to begin with only 11 connected players. Fix the bug preventing Anna's healing stats from showing in the career profile page. A bug causing irregular placement of the pumpkin on Genji's pumpkin carving highlight. Bug preventing Mercy's staff from showing up in the Guardian Angel highlight. Bug preventing Reaper's Rest in Peace victory pose from animating correctly. Bug preventing some of Tracer's voice lines from activating when her punk skin is equipped. And bug on Watchpoint Gibraltar that allowed players to reach an unintended perch near the final objective. And I believe I've seen like YouTube videos talking about that. I haven't watched them, but I've seen them suggested. And I've not really looked into it. And now we are moving on to the main course of this PTR. These wild hero changes, and I mean wild. These are like the craziest like changes we've probably seen yet in the PTR. But you know, this is public testing region, so chances are we might not see all these come to be in the actual, you know, patch release of the game whenever it comes out in probably another few weeks or months. But here we go. In general, every single character has had a 25% increase to ultimate charge. So everyone's been nerfed, but then again, nobody's been nerfed there. Because, I mean, like, if everybody's nerfed, then it's just equal playing field. I'm also going to give you my opinions on some of these things because I've experienced a little bit of it, and yeah. Okay, here's another thing. Symmetra's and Torbjorn's turrets, and also Symmetra's teleporter, don't give you ultimate charge when you destroy them anymore. That seems fine. It seems kind of negligible to me. It keeps you kind of from just, you know, I've heard people say it's a good idea because it keeps you from just farming your ultimate charge. Oh, here is everybody's favorite. Diva now has 200 health instead of 100 on, you know, together with her 400 armor, bringing her up to a whopping 600 hit points. And increased movement speed while firing. Increased by 25% actually. The movement speed, here's my opinion on this, and just take it for that. Take it with a grain of salt. The movement speed, I'm actually really cool with that. I love that. I hated going so slow when I played Diva and tried to fire. Now the health is a little much. She has become pretty tanky, which I know she's a tank class, but she's more of an off tank. You know, your tankiest tanks are more like Reinhardt and Zarya, and then you have these tanks that are kind of more, you know, to attacking and DPS stuff, which is like, you know, Roadhog and Diva. At least that's how I kind of see the game. Grain of salt. If you love that, you know, Diva has, you know, more health now, that's fine. More power to you. That's your thing. Moving on to Soldier 76, which you're actually probably seeing right now, some Soldier 76 gameplay from me. I love that they have increased his bullet damage again, brought it from 17 back up, or brought it from 17 to 20. And this, I don't even care really as much about the bullet damage as I do about this. Maximum bullet spread increased from 2.2 to 2.4. I thought at first, just from looking at that it was going to make the bullet is going to make your bloom a lot higher, just because of the way that's worded. But just from my experience playing, and this might just be like placebo effect, I'm just thinking that it's a lot better or something. There is barely any reticule bloom if you're like, you know, just, you know, doing short control burst, which I used to, you know, when I playing Soldier 76 before they made him like, even if you like tap the, you know, the mouse button for just a second or two, you know, it's you know, your reticule blooms way beyond the point where you can, like, you know, hit anything. You know, you were able to do some damage at a distance, and you could actually counter Pharah really easily. From, you know, now I actually can counter Pharah again, as you can see right now. I can actually counter Pharah again playing as Soldier 76. Now I know others probably could still because they're pro and I'm a noob, but now the noob can do his thing again. But I think that's what happened. But, you know, yet again, I do not know. It might just be me thinking that there's been changes and stuff like that. Anna's, or Anna, I go back and forth on how to pronounce it. Anna's Nano Boost no longer increases movement speed, so you'll probably see less Nano Boosted Reinhardts and more Nano Boosted Winstons and Divas and Roadhogs. And here's one that I actually think is not as bad, because I noticed when they buffed when they buffed Mei in the last update, Mei got her ultimate way too fast, and I got really irritated getting stuck in that new ultimate that had like a way wider range. Mei's ultimate has, on top of the everybody has like a plus 25 cost increase. Mei now has the plus 25 and a plus 15 on top of that, so I guess like plus 40 plus 40 to her ultimate cost. And I think that's kind of fair. Mei's still really good if you play her right. And not overpowered either. I don't care what anybody says. She's not overpowered. Lucio's Amp It Up healing per second has been decreased by 10%. When I played as Lucio earlier today, because this is like footage from like earlier today when I was playing, I didn't include all the footage, but I mean, I played as like just about every character that they had like changed. I didn't play as Ana because I felt like that was just pretty much self-explanatory. I tried Lucio, and you can kind of tell because you have your tankier heroes, and using Amp It Up will actually get them back up to a good, decent health, like whenever their, health gets low. Noticeably different. I say that's not actually that bad of a thing, considering Lucio has been pretty much overused a lot lately. Which, I mean, it's, normal because he is really good. But maybe this, and I know that's kind of one of the things Blizzard's been wanting to do, is they want to be getting people to play other healers, I guess, besides, using Lucio, because Lucio seems to be the constant healer in every game. You have like a Lucio and then a Zenyatta, or a Lucio and an Ana, and, stuff like that. Zarya. I didn't get much chance to play around as Zarya because the game I was in, it was just kind of like I had a whole lot of teammates sitting back in the spawn messing with this glitch that's going on. So not a whole lot went on. I did notice that it does seem it's really hard to get to max charge with her new setup. Because, let's see, power gained from particle barrier is decreased by 20%, and power gained from projected barriers is decreased by 20%. And Torbjorn next on the list. Scrap is now automatically generated over time, which that is awesome, I think. The amount of scrap collected from fallen enemies has been decreased by 40%. That's fair, I think, in my opinion, because, I mean, you got the automatic increase now. Forge Hammer swinging speed increased by 25%. I didn't even really notice it. And damage decreased by 27%. I didn't even try that because, I mean, sometimes I'll try to like go a whole round with just using the Forge Hammer, but I don't ever get any kills doing that. I just do it for fun, as a joke. Alright, and then those were all the changes that were made on the 20th of October, and then as of today, actually, I guess, because it says 17 hours ago on the site, there were more changes made to a few other heroes and to Diva. Diva's Call Mech Ultimate, which is, where, after you get knocked out of your mech, you can call in another one after so much time. Ultimate cost has been decreased by 20%. The developers' comments say this reduces the cost back down to what it was before the global ultimate cost change. I guess to keep divas from being out of their mech for like maybe like 2 or 3 minutes. I feel like maybe it should be increased a little bit, because if they want to keep the health high for Diva's mech, maybe make it take a little bit longer to get it back whenever you lose it, because man, it seems like Diva is super stacking. Like, she is just it's getting kind of crazy. And then, I mean, it might just be where everybody's thinking she's, gotten a lot overpowered now, and everybody's wanting to try to use her, and that's why I'm seeing it so much in the PTR. Also, Widowmaker. Venom Mine explosions no longer damage the player who placed them. I didn't even know they did that in the first place, honestly. That's how much I play Widowmaker. That's how bad I am at Widowmaker. Widow's Kiss, her rifle, charge rate is increased by 20% now. I did, play around on Widowmaker during a skirmish for a few seconds just to test and see how fast the charge is on the scope now. It's like maybe 2 seconds or less, actually, now. Which is pretty good, I guess. Then again, I'm the guy, I don't play Widowmaker. I have, like, no time as Widowmaker at all, hardly. I mean, I've got maybe, like, 30 minutes at tops, probably, as Widowmaker, because I'm terrible at Widowmaker. I understand some people can just do awesome as Widowmaker, and good for you, but I cannot. I cannot figure out for the life of me how to play that character, so if I'm going to play a sniper, I play probably Ana or Hanzo, Hanzo maybe so I can actually get some kills, and Ana maybe so I can help the team out, because I can't hit anything as Widowmaker. Pharah. Played around as Pharah some, and it felt like I noticed there were some changes, but I couldn't really place it. It also, again, it might just be the whole placebo effect kind of thing. Her rocket launcher It says here, minimum explosion damage has been increased to 25% of rocket's total damage, formerly 12%. So what I'm thinking that probably is splash damage. As long as they're in range to get hit by splash damage, it will be at least 25% of the damage of the rocket. That's what I think that means. Then again, I'm no expert. And minimum explosion knockback has been decreased to 0% of rocket's total knockback, formerly 75%. So there's no knockback from her rockets now, which I think is pretty fair, because I would always get irritated when I went up against a whenever I went up. I'd always get irritated when I was in a game and I went up against a Pharah, and I was trying to shoot at her and I couldn't hit her because I kept getting knocked around like a pinball. Let's see. And last but not least, Mercy, which I played around as Mercy for a game. I think it was a game or two. It might have just been a game. And wow, Mercy, her healing is so much better now. And I don't know if this is going to be a problem necessarily or what, because Mercy's not necessarily hard to kill, because, you know, it's just a few seconds. She doesn't have a whole lot of health. But it says this is the change. Passive healing or passive health regeneration now kicks in when Mercy avoids taking damage for 1 second instead of it used to be 3. And it is just like instant. I think I even got hit by a venom mine and I was healing over the venom mine. So pretty good. I personally, some of these changes, I think they don't really make a huge difference. They're not going to impact things a lot. Like Torbjorn's, it's not going to make a huge difference. Torbjorn's not going to become like the new meta that everybody picks. Zarya's not going to be knocked down that much. I don't think it's going to be a little bit. You're going to see Zarya a little bit less probably, and maybe a little bit less of Lucio, maybe a little bit less of Mei. But you don't see Mei a lot anyways, really. Which I think they should be buffing Mei, because you don't see any of Mei hardly. But please don't hate me for saying that. But you're going to see more of Soldier now, most likely. Ana, you're probably not going to see any less of her in the team comps. Diva, you might see a little bit more of her if they stick with these changes that they've made to Diva. You might see a little bit more from Mercy. And Pharah's it's one of those that I don't think it's really mattered much. It feels different to play Pharah now, but I was able to pick back up on it pretty easily and did a pretty decent job playing as Pharah after I got used to the new changes, kinda. But anyways, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, a like is much appreciated, and consider subscribing so you can see whenever I upload new videos. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.